Radhe Radhe, dear devotees. It's a very beautiful, my name is Krishna Chandra from Switzerland, and it's a very beautiful endeavor of our Padmanabha Maharaj to unite bhaktas all over the world, not in an institution, not in an organization, but really in a mood of cooperation and alliance. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur had this beautiful song, Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya, and therein he sings, Shakti Buddhihin Amiyati Din. Now I don't rely on my own power, on my own Shakti. And then he says, Kore More Atmasat. When I stopped relying on my own power, and I'm just coming before you, O spiritual teacher, then I can really say, Kore More Atmasat. Now I want to become with one in the heart with you. And in a mystical tradition, this is the way of like binding a very subtle connection where all transcendental knowledge can enter in our heart. Like the very famous verse in the Upanishads, Yasya Devi Parabhaktir Tadadevi Tadhaguro Tasye Kartita Hyarto Prakashante Mahatmana. That the way of gaining transcendental knowledge is a worship and like a connection in the heart. And what is happening? Prakashante Mahatmana. Suddenly, all eternal knowledge that Radha and Krishna wants to give to a soul, suddenly they're very closely perceived in us. And I think this principle is not just there only with a guru, but it's also there between companions on the way. And this is a very wonderful word in Latin, actually, compane. This means someone with I share the bread. This is a companion on the way. And normally in organizations, everything is just directed towards the guru. And there can be quite a harshness between the devotees in itself, because there's like a competition, who is most close to him. But that mood of tadatmya, of a oneness in the heart, of a deep feeling of togetherness, should not just be there with the spiritual teacher, that a divine knowledge can appear, but it should also be there between the companions on the way. And in the Bhagavatam, in the 4th canto, 30th chapter, verse 8, it's a very amazing place where Lord Vishnu is saying to the Prachetas, because of your intense friendship with each other, I'm inclined to give you everything that I would like to give to a soul. So this tadatmya bhav, this intense closeness in the heart, in a friendship, not because of a forced togetherness, because one is in the same club or institution, but because one is looking towards the same goal, is such an important inner principle. So, and even our Srila Rupa Goswami, he says that Sangha is like an inspirational field that mostly consists of 3 elements. Sajati Ashraye Snikte Sadhu Sangha Svatovare. So this means Sajatya, this means one has a similar mood. And this is not just the stay above, the eternal mood in Goloka Vrindavan, but it starts here. One has like a similar way to approach the eternal path of Sanatana Dharma. So one takes it out of the cultural field and one appreciates complete freedom, and one is so happy to meet not just the big teachers, but also the bhaktas, the companions on the way. So this is like a togetherness in the Sajatiya and a similar mood. And the second element Rupa Goswami is mentioning is Vatovare. This means significantly more advanced. This is such a wonderful thing. And this is not very difficult, because if one is really sincerely looking at one's heart, one sees everywhere and in everyone elements that I really would like to have also in my heart. And the third element, which is for me like a key element for Tadatmya, is called Snikta. This means extreme affection. And only when this affection is like there between bhaktas, then suddenly it's sangha, it's a togetherness, and suddenly many, many amazing gifts can flow in my heart. So it's a mystery of Tadatmya, of a togetherness in a universal family of souls longing for pure devotion. And it doesn't need even an external structure. Sometimes when I walked in the Himalayas and I just saw some sadhus, and we came towards each other and embraced and sat on the floor and were just speaking. I didn't even know their names. I didn't know which sampradaya they are, but it's an extreme overflowing of the heart. So this is called the Universal Church, which doesn't have any limitation of time, place, and history. It's not a social form of organization, but it's an immaterial community. So this is something so extremely precious, and I'm very thankful to this endeavor of our Padmanabha Maharaj, because we are mostly in one place, but he's traveling all over the world, and he sees, oh, there is so many who are actually by mood already together. So, and he wants us to bring the strings together, and it can be a very powerful sangha. And I'm sure it will not just manifest by computer and through digital information, but it will also manifest in a loving Priti Lakshanam, in a seva together, which is the most close possibility how souls can be together. So thank you very much. And I know that somewhere in this huge universe, there are already millions and millions of bhaktas who want this and who long and pray for this. I'm doing the same. And I hope that Thakurji is kind, that to bring us more together. And it's very interesting that in all the prayers in the Bhagavatam itself, where a soul is directly standing before the Lord. They're always praying Tulaliyama Lavena Pina Svargamna Punarbalam Bhagavat Sangi Sangasya Martyanam Kimdashisha. I'm not looking for any benediction, O Lord, when you stand directly before me, but I want the company of you, dear devotees. And I want to be tadatmya with them, like one in the heart. And I know by that you will be more close to me than I could ever experience otherwise. Thank you. And I think the prayer that tadatmya can happen in my life is just appreciation, knowing that so many souls are already connected in that mood. So this is Vishnu Vaishnava Rajasabha, universal company of longing souls. Thank you so much.